Well, good morning, everybody. First of all, wanted to apologize for, now I got a message, session is already running. Just wanted to apologize for the mix-up with the times and the links and everything else. To be honest with you, I am having a super hard time lately, just managing things, staying afloat, hard time sleeping, horrible back pain. I don't know what it is. I don't know, midlife crisis or whatever you call it. I don't know. But we are pushing along. I just got off a long call with one of my lead developers who's now on this call. And the reason why, and I'll show you, we still have people joining right now. That's great. We kind of have a small, audience today, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and make you organizer and shell so that you can see the questions and comments coming in and everything else. I had a long call with one of my lead developers this morning, and we were exploring the path of going down AI with our platforms, right? So, everything is like moving so rapidly, and all the launches and the software are all kind of going AI directions, but I still don't believe they have the quality that's going into it, and everything is credit based. So what I'm trying to figure out is I absolutely hate credits altogether, right? I hate them. What I like to have is for those people that don't have the money, I want to have something for them. And then those people that see the power in what we're doing, I always want to have an option for them, because AI is not cheap, right? Every single time you run one of those queries or whatever, we have to pay for that. So I believe, and don't quote me on this, but this is what Perry told me, that ChatGPT was spending $6 million a day when they opened up, the free version. That's what he told me. I don't know. I didn't read that anywhere, but I mean, I guess it could be, right? So what I was exploring with the developer is the three platforms. I said, okay, if we look at PopLinks, okay, there's two things I would want with PopLinks, and I'll kind of show you, what we're planning, and I kind of put it in the developer's lap and said, can you please give this some thought and think about this? Because I'm already on track with the development that we're doing with PopLinks. And we'll talk about some of that. We'll talk about some of the changes you saw this week. We'll talk about a fail that we had last night, what I wanted to have happen. But basically, we want AI to create your bridge page for you. We want AI to create your lead step for you. So if you go out there and you're going to create a pop page for why you want to use quizzes, or you're going to create a bridge page, right? Or why you want to promote Quizforma, we want it to create the bridge page for you. Create it could be a clickbait headline. We'll have some options there. Do you want a standard headline? Do you want like a clickbait headline? Do you want a marketing headline? We'll give you some options, and then basically, do you want bullets? Do you want an image? Do you want this? And based off the input that you give it, it would just go and create the page. That's the first thing that I'm exploring. The second thing that I'm exploring is there's actually three, come to think of it. The second thing is, once you've already got your headlines on the page, we just want to have it where you click a button and it'll take that headline and it'll generate a new one. And it'll generate a new one, and it'll generate a new one. Same thing with your CTA statements, same thing with your bullets, same thing. Anywhere there's text, you could just click a button and regenerate it, right? So the last thing that is going to happen is we're getting ready to inject, I couldn't even tell you how many headlines for every niche you can think of. So everything from MLM to real estate to health to acne to finance to this to that. So when you open up the global editor, there will be a tab up there, and you'll choose your category, and you'll just go through and you'll just inject your headline into your page. Well, from that point as well, you would be able to read, you just click a button and you would just regenerate the headline. Does that make sense, everybody? Is that making sense? So what that does is that keeps me relevant in the marketplace, because to be honest with you, I was one of the first ones in the marketplace that heard about AI. Matter of fact, I reached out to Perry and I told him. My friend Nick called me up one day. He took me and Connie out to lunch and he sat down with it and he says, guys, I think I was talking to God. I said, what do you mean? He goes, I was on a computer and I could have asked it anything and it knew anything about me. It knew everything about everything. I'm pretty sure I was talking to God. And I came back and I said, okay. I started looking it up and I found this GPT-3 3 years ago. And I reached out to Perry. I sent him a text message. I said, buddy, we better watch this. And from that point forward, he went out there, researched everything. He came over to my house. He sat down with Connie and they wrote all this copy about being a hairstylist or extensions or something. And then a month later, he was speaking at it at Traffic and Conversions. This was 2019, I believe. So what I didn't expect, see, GPT-3 has been around for quite some time. And the one that was known for it was Jarvis. I'm sure you've heard of Jarvis, right? So the thing is, Jarvis didn't really get any traction. It was a cool tool, but it didn't get the traction everything else did. So here's what happened. Okay, this is what kicked everything off. Okay, even though we've been aware of it, a very smart company said, let's take OpenAI and let's load prompts in there that would then go over to, somebody tell me the image one that takes place inside of Discus. What's it called? Somebody tell me real quick. What's the big image one that takes place inside of Discus? Does anybody know? It generates those images. I can't think of it right now. But there's an image generator that takes place inside of Discus. It's not DAL, it's damn. There you go, Midjourney. Okay, so they got really smart and they said, let's take OpenAI, let's feed it prompts, and let's put it into Midjourney, and that company was Lensa. So Lensa was the one that kicked this whole entire thing off. So when you started seeing everybody posting their images, their portfolios on Facebook, how many of you saw that, right? You saw all these images always popping up on Facebook all the time. I'm talking about their profile picture. Well, that right there opened the doors. And then shortly after that, ChatGPT opened the door, even though this technology's been there the whole time, and all of a sudden everybody went nuts. Well, what happened was, out of the middle of nowhere, all of a sudden they started tapping into the API for ChatGPT, and then you started seeing the software leveraging AI. So out of the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of our development, we went, my God, we're going to become irrelevant that fast. So that was the conversation today. Does everybody understand? We have the easiest platforms for beginners, and I want to keep it that way. But the problem is now I'm gonna be fighting to stay relevant, right? So that was the plans for PopLinks. The plan for Quizforma was you would tell Quizforma, I want to have a quiz on, or I want to have a survey on whether or not I have diabetes. And it would just go through and it would create multiple, you would have to prompt it. You would have to say, okay, and I want to have 12 multiple choice questions. I want to have 3 yes or no questions. I want to have where you ask them a comment, right? Or you ask them a question, they have to leave a comment. And it would go through and just create your quiz. In the same token, you could go into the individual questions and you could just spin it and create a new question, right? So that's where it comes into Quizforma. And then where it comes into GC, really the only place that I can think of where you have content is your emails and your text messages. And so that's where we would bring AI into the emails and text messages. Does that make sense, everybody? Now, believe it or not, it's not that complicated. It's just expensive. So I've already said that I don't want to have credits for my customers. I want to be able to offer so many queries or whatever for free, and then people that see the value in it, that use the software, can actually upgrade, right? So it's just a matter of kind of figuring that out. But as far as the development goes and everything, we're just basically leveraging an API. So it doesn't really throw our development off track or anything, but it's something to look forward to. So if there were people here that were worried, like, well, are we going to stay relevant and everything with what's happening? Yeah, we have to. We absolutely have to, right? So any questions on that? Any questions on that? Okay, so let me kind of give you a big summary. That's coming up very soon. Matter of fact, when we launch Quizforma, my goal for Quizforma is to go out there and say that AI will build the quizzes for you. Okay. So here's the other thing, though. Where we are at, how many of you are seeing the changes happening live with PopLinks? You should, every single day, you should be like a kid in a candy store trying to hunt down that update. Now, here's the thing, though. We will not, I usually do not make my team work on the weekends unless something goes very wrong. That has not happened in a very long time, but every single day almost, there is some update somewhere. The big update this week was the dashboard. Did everybody see the dashboard, and do you understand what's happening with the dashboard? Cool. Okay. I'll show you that here in a minute. I'm going to show you an update that I wanted to have happen last night that is very irritating to me. I can't wait to get it fixed. It'll probably be fixed tonight. I think it's going to be a very simple fix. I'm going to show you that as well. Quizforma is still slated for April 11th to do the launch. Right now, they're going through and they're doing what's called hidden logic and everything else. A very advanced tool, but I'm trying to do everything I can to keep it simple. And then GC, the biggest package that we have, folks, is GC. How many of you have noticed a difference in speed with GC? There's a brand, it's almost like version 2. There's a brand new infrastructure with GC that is lightning fast. And I would say probably next week, you are going to see integrations come out of nowhere, like one after another, just boom, 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 boom. Like every single autoresponder. I just went and created a Zoom group this morning for when people submit a ticket or whatever and say, hey, I have this email service. Can you integrate this with GC or whatever? Now we've got the infrastructure where we can just not only add the integrations really fast, but we're also able to monitor when there's a problem with the integration. Okay. So GC has been probably the most exciting update out of all. And it's been 2 months where you have to understand my position. They're driving me nuts every single day. Is there something I can see on the front end? Is there something I can see different on the front end? Nope, it's all back end work. It's all back end. It's but the infrastructure that we have, and it was probably good that they made me go away and they got super focused and said, okay, let's let the shiny object guy go away for a while. We know he wants the text messages. We know he wants this. We know he wants the mobile app and everything else, but we need to focus on this first. And they kind of just pushed me away for 2 months now. But now they're coming back at me and they're saying, look at this here, boss. Look how fast this is. Look at this integration. They pretty much built a Zapier. So in many ways, I'm the strengths with the platform. In many ways, I'm my own worst enemy too, because I don't have the patience. And the thing that excites me most is being able to come to my customers saying, look what we did for you, right? So all of those things are rolling out. So I would say that we have a very, very bright future. And as far as this AI stuff, where we start with it, we just need to get started, and then we can keep evolving as we go. right? Ideas will keep coming up, the technology will keep changing. But from this point forward, we know 100% without a doubt that we need to make sure that we have that AI in everything, right? So let me come over here and let me go ahead and share my screen. I want to make sure I'm sharing the right screen real quick. If I come over here, okay, you should see screen number 3 is actually, we're showing a Zoom room right now. Well, since I have that open, one of my developers just came back at me right now. What she is doing is she is creating a Trello board with my own touches. I didn't want to have these cards where they scroll. I just wanted to have tabs here. So you can see that that is coming along pretty well. That was just a test for what we're doing, right? So let me start over here with PopLinks first, okay? And like I said, I just got off the call with PopLinks, and basically what I just explained to you is everywhere that you see this, what's going to happen is we're going to have this little AI dial here, and you'll click it and it'll rewrite this. And you'll come over here and you'll click it and it'll rewrite this. And you'll come over here, you'll click it and it'll rewrite this. And if you turn on bullets, even bullets, folks, if you turn on the bullets, you'll come down here, you'll click it, and it'll go through and it'll rewrite the bullets. We'll even have it to where we can rewrite the call to action on the button. We'll have it to where if you have paragraphs turned on, then it will even rewrite the paragraphs for you. Now, how many of you find that to be pretty useful? Let me just see. I just want to see if we're on the right track with what we're thinking. The other thing is, I was explaining this to my developer. What is already taking place is this over here. Now, I just talked to him and I said, what can we do where when we update these things, you see it changing on the screen, but we're not updating every single one of them until we close that window. Because what's happening is when you're updating these fields here, and it's a really cool technology, it's changing every single thing on the screen all the way down. But you don't need to see that right now. If you have this open, you just need to see it changing here. And then what I'm trying to do is as soon as you close this, the trigger is it went and updated everything down below as well. And that way it will generate very fast, right? So these are the kind of talks that we've been having. But over here, this is where you will see new tabs where you will be able to choose your category. And this is only a platinum feature, by the way. You'll be able to choose your category. And so if I choose real estate, then I'll come here and I'll have my category here and I'll choose real estate. And then there will be a drop down here and I'll choose all these different headlines and I'll just inject the headlines. And what'll happen is it'll put the real estate headline on my page. And then from there, I can sit here and I can click a little AI button and it'll go through and it'll regenerate it again. It'll regenerate it again. It'll regenerate it again. That's one thing we can do. The other thing we can do, and this is really cool, is we can have it to where it updates every single one of these with a different real estate headline. And you just go through and you just choose the one you want. Now, how many of you are absolutely blown away by that right now? That whole concept. Because that is super exciting, folks, right? Super exciting. So we'll not only give you headlines that you can inject right away, we'll just let AI create the headlines or rewrite the headlines for you, right? So there's a huge play with the global editor, and there's a huge play when you select the actual template itself, and you'll generate the AI in here. Okay, now the update that I wanted to see last night is super annoying for me. And it was our fault. I missed it. It's been on the dock to have updated for a long time. I honestly thought I was going to wake up and be in a great mood because this was done, but we still don't have it right. What needs to happen is this here, if I come over here, this is called line height, okay? Now, what should happen is if I decrease my line height, if I decrease my font size, it should maintain the line height no matter what. So as you can see, the line height is getting to be too big right now. And if I go the opposite way, the line height is too small. And that is the height between here. So probably tonight, we're going to have it to where when you increase the size, it will actually fix the line height for you. It will maintain your line height, right? So that's a really big thing. Another update, let me see if I can pull this over here on the screen. I wanted to show you this one here, okay? Another big update that's going to be really useful. How many of you are interested in going out there? I'm going to tell you two things. How many of you are interested in going out there and running Facebook ads? Anybody? We have some ads out there running right now. Well, the biggest challenge with Facebook ads, and I don't think this is turned on yet. We're testing this right now, but the biggest challenge with Facebook ads is getting your domain approved. So now what's going to happen is when you add your custom domains to the software, you'll be able to come over here, choose your domain. Facebook gives you a piece of code, and you're just going to say, here's my code. You'll add it to the software, and then you'll come back in Facebook and you'll click a button, and it's going to say your domain is approved. That is a very hard thing to do. Messing with these pixels and these domains. Basically, there's three things when it comes to Facebook ads, folks. Number one, you need to have your domain approved. Number two, you need to have all your pixels on your page. And number three, you need to have your footers in place. Now, I have a friend who actually came out to see me in Perry the other day. Let me find him real quick. I want to show you what he showed me. Just a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. I might be inside of Connie's account because she's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But let me see if I can find it here. Okay, yeah. Let me find it. He went and created a page the other day, and he said, yeah, Facebook's great. Solo ads are great. But, Chad, the ultimate test is, can you get approved with Google? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know if Google is going to accept these pages. So you can see over here, let me see if I can find it. Right here, and I'm going to tell you what he requested of us. Okay, yeah. So here's the message that we had, right? He says, just for the heck of it, I'm going to see if something basic like this will get approved on Google. So he went and he put together a PopLink page real fast, very simple. But he said, dude, all this stuff right here is the reason why I got approved for Google. And I'm like, what do you mean? This page got approved on Google? I said, that page got approved with Google Ads, right? And he said, I thought the legal disclaimers might be enough. And then he came back and he said, ad approved. And I'm like, can you really do that on Google? He says, it's getting impressions with all that legal text at the bottom. I wouldn't have tried. And then he came back, said, got my first click with horrible copy for the ads. So yes, I think we could use PopLinks for Google Ads traffic. I said, they didn't. I'm still blown away by the content on that page, right? I said, they didn't shut you down? How was the speed of the page? And he said, the legal stuff at the bottom is super vague. Headline, no promises, niches, or riches are helping it get approved. So he's basically saying that the footer is the reason why we're getting approved. And I said, so you just flipped all that on, right? And then he came down here and he said that we were talking about the page insights. He was talking about Google page insights being a bit slow. And then he said, do something with text impression. I said, okay. I said, but how does that compare with the previous page you had? And then he came down here and he gave me some scores. And he said, looks like I need to tweak how images are served on that page. So he's talking about his page now. And he said, you kicked my butt on Pingdom. Gmetrics is an A. and D on Pingdom. I said ours is a D. And then he said, Google for desktop is getting an A for my page. So it looked like images are super big on that page. And he said, no, mine. So our page got an A, his got a D. Now, none of this is really relevant, but I wanted to get on a call with him. None of this is really all that relevant to, and notice I had a pop link to get on Zoom, folks, right? None of this is really relevant to you guys right now. But this little piece of code that he gave me here, what he is asking me to do, and it's not a big priority of mine, but it was actually pretty cool. PopLinks opens up the door to a lot of things. And the reason why is he said, you figured out how to create hundreds of pages at once. So what would be cool, Chad, is if we said like this. If I put brackets here, okay, and if I put the word city, then what would happen is, based on where somebody's searching, it could actually say, hey, Las Vegas, the secret prompts, or grab the secret prompts and secrets to mastering AI, no matter whatever that is. It could pull this in based on the keywords. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because of the people that are coming to us saying, dude, because you created this right here, you have opened up so many doors for so many things. Now, let me share the other thing that we discovered that I really think that you're going to like, that will probably begin in 2 weeks, because I want to focus more on the pages with the funnels and the carts and everything else, but there's just so much to do with this, okay? But this is going to be a very simple thing. Let me go into Miss Connie's account. How many of you have been watching what she's been doing? How many of you have been watching what she has been doing? Let me know. Okay, let me just do this. And a lot of people have questions about, well, are these guys doing this with this other software and everything else? Folks, I don't know anybody that updates their software every day. That's just the truth. I know people that announce a new launch and they go do 3 updates and then they turn around and they charge you for the updated version. Okay, nobody does what it is we do. Okay, so I'm inside of her account. And you can see that, first of all, how many of you noticed that we're now tracking all of these things? If you have somebody click on your links, you're going to see it turn blue. If you have somebody enter one of your lead steps, you're going to see it turn green. If somebody comes in through a bridge page, you're going to see it turn white. If it's a special offer, it'll be pink. If it's a traffic blast, it'll be this color. If it's a page snippet, it's yellow. And then what happens is you can come over here and you can go ahead and just say, okay, I just want to see lead bank, or I just want to see my lead steps. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, in the same token, at the bottom, you're going to see that we're also, folks, we're growing. But it's going to keep going because of everything that PopLinks can do. Did you all notice the different tables here at the bottom? So she says to me, she says, my God, I figured out how the PopLinks works, the lead bank. I figured this part out. Clearly, she has figured out the bridge pages, and she's figured out the lead steps, and she has figured out the split test. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of you know how to do all those things? Scale of 1 to 10. Right. So she doesn't know yet how to do the traffic blast. Yeah, she doesn't know how to do the traffic blast. She doesn't know how to do the snippets. She doesn't understand the special offers yet. But she is a perfect example of why you don't have to know the whole entire system to put something in place. How many of you would agree? You don't have to know the whole entire system, folks. Go out there and do it. Go out there and do it, right? So let me show you what's going to happen. Okay, so the last call, and I really need to, I know somebody loaded the replay. I really need to download the webinar. I totally dropped the ball on that because the last call was really good. Would you agree? The last call was really good. I will download that today. That call is going to be more valuable than this call right here. And the reason why was because I laid out the whole entire strategy that Connie is doing. Well, I laid out the strategy that she was going to start doing. And then how many of you are like, you know what? She actually went and did it. How many of you would agree with that? So let me show you the update that we have rolling out first that I'm super excited about, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. So if I come over here to her bridge pages, okay, most of you know what's happening here, but I'm going to come over here to ChatGPT. Now notice she has 3 bridge pages, okay? And you can see the conversions here, 43% conversion, 35% conversion, 16% conversion. How many of you think that's pretty good? That's not bad, is it? Because we're not really trying to get clicks on the pages, folks. But imagine when she's building an audience, and imagine when she reviews a tool where you can come down here and you can click the button and you can actually purchase a tool. So what is she doing right now? And this was all her idea. She is building an audience. So here's how this went down, folks. She came to me and she said, Chad, I know you're not on TikTok lately because you're busy with everything that Perry's doing, but that term ChatGPT is going nuts. I'm seeing people get millions of views. She's like, do you think I should just start teaching people how to use it? I'm like, yeah, why not? So I laid out this process for her. I shared it with you on Wednesday, and then she went and did it. Now, notice, how many of you have been watching this right now? If cold traffic comes into this page, which they're going to come in from TikTok, and I'm going to show you why. They're going to come in from TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. When traffic comes into this page, how many of you would agree that the traffic's going to be pretty happy with her? Yes or no? How many of you would agree that they're going to just fall in love with her? And the reason why is because the syndicate is backing her up. Look at all the comments coming in. But not only are amazing comments coming in, folks, but on top of that, she is taking the time, she's working today, but she is taking the time to respond to each and every comment. And so what happens here? It really boosts your credibility. Now, what we did was we put the same comments on every single page. And if you look at the bridge pages, they're all the same. Now, my famous question, how many of you have realized you've been making this harder than it needs to be? Because all she needs to do is come over here and duplicate the page, wherever that's at. Clone the bridge page. Right here. She's using the same exact one. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I remember. Whenever I have to do something as a team, you can see that I always create pop links to get to where I need to get to real fast. Okay? So here's the name of her video. Here's the name of the prompt. Here's where she got the prompt from. Here's the headline for her page. Mark it off when we got the iPhone done. Mark it off when we got the tutorial done. Mark it off when we have a pop link page done. Mark it off when it's on the Google link. Now what happens is we save every single video back to the ID. So for the iPhone, it was i1-mp4. For the tutorial, it was t1.mp4. Okay, so everything ties back to the ID. That makes it super simple for us. Now, if you follow the blueprint that I gave you last week, you will find that we are doing exactly that. But here's the thing. What if I were to go through here? Let me show you something. This is going to be a big aha moment for some of you. If I open up this page, okay, original, the same, original, the same, and the color scheme, all the same. So the only thing that I need to change are what's original and the video. So if I were to come over here, and what I could do is I could actually add one more column here, and I could have page callout. Okay, so the one that I'm on right now is ChatGPT will act as a storyteller. Okay, so if I come over here and if I find the one about story, that's going to be this one right here. Okay, now let me paste it here. Okay, now look, ChatGPT will act as a storyteller. Now, folks, what if I were to tell you that I could go through and we're going to make this guy a different color, just so you understand what it is I'm saying? What if I were to tell you that I could take this whole entire spreadsheet, okay, I won't have a video URL yet. I could take this whole entire spreadsheet, and even if this stuff isn't filled in, it doesn't matter. PopLinks is looking for this, and it's looking for this, and whatever else needs to be unique on the page. Okay, I could take every single one of these elements here and have it to where you could import in these pages. Even the prompt, if I wanted to, I could probably have another one for, it wouldn't be prompt, but it would be text box. Okay, and so from here, I'll have to figure out how to do this, but I could probably have that prompt here as well. Okay, so the prompt is here. All right, so text box is going to be blue. So when I save this sheet, and if you don't know about sheets, it's okay, you don't have to. But if I save this sheet as a CSV, I would program the CSV, I would program the software to look for this, and look for this. And what I would do is I would come back into my bridge pages, okay, and I would click a button here. Instead of new bridge page, I would have a button here that says import sheet. Okay, so now there's going to be a button here that says import sheet. And when I click that button, a little box opens up and it's going to say, okay, go ahead and load your sheet. And then it's going to say, there's going to be a radio button that says, do you want to use this template or do you want it to be random? And what it would do, folks, if this stuff here, let me just grab this here. I'll just pretend to do this. If all this was here like this, Control C, let me bring it. Let's just say that there's 300 of them here. Okay, pretend like these are all unique. What it's going to do, folks, is it's going to go through and it's going to create a bridge page for each and every one of those pages. And not only that, I could also have at the end over here, insert one column to the left, I could also have URL path. So Connie's URL path is 1, 2, 3, 4, but guess what I can do? I can go ahead and have that be the URL path for all of them. And actually, what her URL path is, it's this. Hold on, let me look at her URL path. Set up URLs. Yeah, it's 2. Okay. If I were to do this again, and I might do this again, we probably should have done something like chat too. So that way she doesn't lock in all her basic links, right? But right now it's 2. So if I were to put that all the way down, folks, then what it's going to do is it will go and create all of those pages, okay? Now think about how powerful this is. It's going to create all of those pages for us. And if it's on the right domain, it'll automatically place the footer on there. It'll create the URL for us. And then what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to turn around and have it where you could split test a category. Is that making sense? Because there's going to be like 100 different, if I take this here and if I want to create all these variations for this, okay? So now think about the potential here. I could come over here and I could say, from here, that's one way to do it. But what if I want to split test the different headlines on this bridge page or this lead step? Well, what if I could come in here and I could load a sheet into this, where what it's going to do is it's going to go through and we can use AI to do this, and it'll come up with 100 different headlines and it'll run a split test on just this bridge page. So you can have this where the sheet will go and load your whole entire bridge page or lead step curriculum if you want to, or you can have it to where we can use a sheet to go through and actually split test the different headlines. And come to think of it, I would probably just do what's called an AI split test. And I would probably just say create 20 different variations of this page. And then it would go through with one link and it would tell you which one of these converted the best. Does that make sense to everybody? Are you all sticking with me here? We're not a page builder, folks. I didn't want to be a traditional page builder. I wanted to be a traffic tool. Okay? I wanted to be a traffic tool. So the way and the manner in which we create pages is going to be so different. Because if you think about it, if I do an AI test, then I could actually have the pop-up could open up, right? So it'd be something like this. And by the way, when I create software, this is pretty much what I do, right? I go in and I inspect our existing theme, right? So I say create AI test, okay? And then what's going to happen is there will probably be a radio button there. You either choose this one or this one that says use random pages, use random designs, or use this exact design, okay? And then it'll probably just say, how many split tests do you want to create? How many split tests do you want to create? Okay, and then there'll probably be another checkbox that says something like redirect the winner when you're done. So how many split tests do you want to create? And then there will be another one that says how many clicks do you want to have before the test is done? So I want AI to create 20 versions of this page, and I want to run 1,000 clicks, and I want you to redirect to the winner when it's done. Scale of 1 to 10, how many of you are starting to understand this right now? Here's the unfortunate thing with PopLinks, folks. Because of how well we did with this tool, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. I was actually talking to Reed the other day, and I can set it up to where when somebody searches for a specific keyword on Google, they would see a completely different page. It would say, hey, I see that you're in Las Vegas, Nevada. Did you know that Las Vegas is known for their conventions? And if you watch this video down below, like, we can completely change the experience based on what they're searching for. Now that I really need to take a vacation before I lay anything like that out. But I'm saying the technology that we use to build this platform and combined with AI and combined with the marketing experience that you have at the Realm, there's a lot that we can do here, folks. Does that make sense? So be looking for all of these changes, including the front-end products with the order forms attached and going into the upsells as well. All of this stuff. And Carol says, you said it was going to be going on for years. Yep, it probably will. It probably will. But you have to understand, we build things pretty efficiently, folks. And when I say that I am very, very involved in the development of these platforms, if I were, I don't even know what I'm about to show you, but if I were to just kind of flip through Photoshop, you're going to see this is all my imagination with what we're doing here. Like everything here, everything that we see, usually there's software that opens up, right? Everything that you see in our software is usually me laying it out, being the visionary, coming up with the design. Like we're super excited for Trello. And the reason why is because you can't use Trello anymore. They messed it up. They made it too complicated. But one of the things that I loved with Trello was that we could go and load images here. It was perfect for like courses and stuff. Matter of fact, if I were to show you over here on this screen, this is one thing we figured out here with Trello, right? With Trello, I would load images so that you knew what the list was about. Well, guess what? With our software, we just made it to where you can just put your own headers there. And another big thing is you could either have public boards or private boards. Well, when something's public, I wanted anyone with a link to be able to view and copy, or just view and just be able to click a link. Like there's so much flexibility when it's our own tool. We're able to get away from everything that was complicated about that platform and just focus on everything that we ever wanted to have. But it's because we are very, very efficient with product development. Does it make sense? And to be honest with you, I'm a kid in a candy store when it comes to this stuff. I really am. Okay, so how many of you are happy with PopLinks? One thing that I wanted to mention, if I were to bring this up, this is my update from the other night, Facebook setting. Yeah, there's one more thing that you are going to see: fixed spacing, footer issue on mobile, check Facebook comment issue. I'll talk about that here in a second. Check tag files. Okay, that's all good. This is the other thing that you're going to see with PopLinks. I don't know why we don't have that update here. But the other thing that you're going to start seeing, wherever he said, yeah, we didn't talk about it last night, did we? Line height. Okay, this is the other thing that you're going to start seeing. You're also going to see the Link Rotator come into play as well. And I kind of reviewed the Link Rotator with you last week. That's going to happen as well. Okay, now there's some talk about, okay, what are we going to do with the workshop? What are we going to do with the funnel and everything else? Folks, I am super, super close to having probably an extremely high converting webinar with this platform. With the platform, with the workshop, with the platinum training, with all the future updates, if I tie AI into this, I think we're going to have an incredible webinar. And that's what I plan on plugging in to the back of that workshop, right? So I just want to have it where it is a slam dunk. It is irresistible. Everybody loves this platform. And I definitely think that we are off to a great start. Now, let me tell you this as well. There's one issue that we're having, and some of you might notice, and there's not a lot we can do. What we're looking to do is we're looking to bring in Discus for the comments. And the reason why is because Facebook is a really crappy platform. So if you're having problems with the comments down here, The reason why is because of Facebook. They have not maintained this plugin. Hopefully they get it fixed, but there can be some problems on iOS. Now, let me explain what we've done, because notice if I type in 1, if I type in 2, it's the same comments, and that's what I wanted to have happen. So how did we do that? Well, if I come back down here, and if I click on this here, and we're going to replace this image down below, but for right now, notice that this is the link that we're using. Now, that's not a real page, but wherever I put this link, it doesn't matter if I put it in PopLinks, if I put it in ClickFunnels or whatever, it is going to pull in these comments. So if I thought that Connie had time to click on each and every page and update the comments, then I would have had marketinginsider.io/chatGPT1. And that would have been comments that only were shown on this page. And the next page, I would have had /2, /3, /4. But what we did was we used the same link on all of her bridge pages. Does that make sense? So that you see the same set of comments down below. And that makes it super easy for her. I think it's more important for her to respond to the people as opposed to having a bunch of unique comments on all her different pages where she's not responding. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. Now, let me just check in with you because I feel like I'm struggling on this call. Are you guys getting, are girls and guys, you getting a lot of value on this call right now? I just made up the link for the comments, Cindy. It doesn't need to be a real link. Does everybody get that? It doesn't need to be a real link. It's just wherever you put that link, when you start building comments, use the same link if you want to use the same comments. It's very simple. So you just come over here. If you click here, you put in a link. Doesn't matter which one. I don't even know if we have this figured out. Facebook's really difficult with this. And then you come down here and you choose the number of comments. I don't even know if they're giving us the ability to do that, right? So if I open this back up, let me see if it does. Yeah, okay. Look, now I got 30 comments on that page. I don't even have to click the arrow, right? That's really good for cold traffic to see. How do you get the link from Facebook? You don't get the link from Facebook, Mark. I need everybody to understand this. This could be ilovedisneyland.com/comments. It's not a real page, but whatever you put here, whatever comments build up, you could take that link and put it on another bridge page or another lead step or in ClickFunnels or whatever else. It's not a real link. It's just that's where your comments are going to go. Scale of 1 to 10, does everybody understand that? Okay. All right. Good. Good. Okay. So be looking for changes there. But now let me kind of show you. Yeah, I like it with bigger. Let me kind of show you. Let me kind of break down. Do the comments change in real time? They do. That's called progressive. It will update progressive. Okay. Let me kind of break down everything that we talked about last week, okay? So we're doing this in a very calculated manner. She's got about 20 of these videos done, and I said, I want you to load 3 at once, okay? Guess what, folks? She loaded these last night. She loaded these last night, okay? How many of you say that we're probably off to a pretty good start? Now, let me see if I can get my speaker real quick. Hold on a second. I want to see, hold on a second. Let me find it. This one? Give me just a second. I want to show you that we did exactly what we said we were going to do. Okay, hold on. Oops, not this one. Will this play?
ChatGPT will write stories for you. That's right. ChatGPT will write stories for you that are guaranteed to take you away on an imaginative and lyrical journey. Not only will the stories be full of excitement and entertainment, it will also be bursting with vivid colors and daring adventures. What are you waiting for? Let me show you how this amazing technology works. Ready, set, ChatGPT. Okay, so here you see that I'm logged into ChatGPT. Now I actually have the plus version, which I pay for every month, but you can actually use the free version as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste this prompt into ChatGPT real quick. And it says, I want you to act as a storyteller. You will come up with entertaining stories that are engaging, imaginative, and captivating for the audience. So at the end, I always like to ask ChatGPT if it understands. Now go ahead and hit the button. And here ChatGPT is telling me, yes, I understand. As an AI language model, I can come up with a wide range of imaginative and engaging stories for your entertainment. Let me know what kind of story you would like to hear, and I will do my best to craft a compelling narrative for you. So here ChatGPT is actually asking me to come up with the idea of the story. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it to write me a story about a lost dog that found its way home. And then I'll go ahead and hit the button. And wow. Time, once upon a time, Max. Max was a fluffy brown and white mixed breed who loved to explore his surroundings. So here it's ChatGPT is finishing the story for me. It just keeps going and going. And at the end, we can actually ask it to regenerate the response, or we can actually give it another prompt. But I think you get the idea. Pretty amazing, right? If you want to know more about ChatGPT prompts and secrets, then visit my link in my bio.
Okay.
ChatGPT.
Now, how many of you, without me even talking about it, know exactly what's happening behind the scenes? How many of you already know? You already saw it because I broke it all down for you. See, she did the beginning and the end in one take. And then what happened was she sat down at the computer and did all the demos at once. Now, remember what we said, that we were going to go and put them inside of a Google Doc. Now, she still has to shoot this video. I'm hoping she'll do it today, okay? But if you come down here, you're going to see that she just keeps updating this doc. Now, let's go find this video right here and watch what it's going to do, folks. It's going to open up a bridge page. Here's the bridge page. Now, you got to pay really close attention, folks, to understand this, okay? You saw that she shot the beginning and the end on the phone, and I'm telling you that the intro was shot on the computer. This is now, or I'm sorry, the demo was shot on the computer. This is now the demo, but it's not just the demo. Watch. Hey guys, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to be a storyteller. Sounds pretty cool, right? ChatGPT will write stories for you that are guaranteed to take you away on an imaginative and lyrical journey. Not only will the stories be full of excitement and entertainment, they will also be bursting with vivid colors and daring adventures. Okay, so here you see. Okay. How many of you are starting to connect the dots right now? Adventures. Right here, this part pulled into the center of that TikTok clip. Does that make sense to you? We had to do it. She had to knock these out anyways. So why not spend 20 seconds and do a nice tutorial intro? Now, here's what's amazing about this. That intro is the same exact wording that she used in the TikTok video. Scale of 1 to 10, is everybody starting to get this right now? So watch, she does a demo. It's the same demo.
Okay, so here you see that I'm logged into ChatGPT. Now
So we took this, we only burned this MP4 right here. Matter of fact, let me show you the active Google folder, okay? Let me see if I can get in here. Let me see, I gotta remember what it is. Is it that? Hold on a minute. I want to get in there real quick. It is going to be, my memory escapes me, but look, it's going to be, let's see, where's that? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to open up this guy here. Actually, I think I had it open. Okay, this here is the Google Drive. Now, watch what's inside this Google Drive, folks. Okay, so the I, and if I did this again, I would have I1, I2, I3. I need to rename these. So you have the 3 tutorials, and you have the 3 centerpieces. Now, what's really cool, inside, I use Camtasia. I will never, ever go away from Camtasia because I've used it for so long, okay? But if I bring Camtasia over here like this, here's the clip. Okay, this is the tutorial. So look, on the screen, on the tutorial, here's the beginning, which is 20 seconds. Here's the demo. Okay. Now, in the, I zoomed in on this for the demo, but for the iPhone version, we didn't zoom in. Now, what's cool about this, in Camtasia, if I were to delete that part, and if I were to delete the end, then the only thing I'm left with is the demo. So I'm going to go, this would be gone too, right? The first thing is I'm going to get her iPhone demo for her, okay? So I'm going to come up over here, and I'm going to say local file, and I'm going to produce this clip. That's going to be my center clip. Now watch this. Once I have produced this clip, folks, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Now I have my tutorial. So I have the little clip with the demo in the center that I give to her, and she pulls it into her phone with that app she uses, and she puts it in the center of her video. But I also have this right here as the tutorial. So if we pull this back, okay, hold on a second. And if we pull this back, whoops, let me grab all of it. Okay, look. This right here is thanks for watching. And this right here is a 20-second intro. And all of this right here is the demo. It's the meat and potatoes of this video, but it's also the demo that went into the iPhone video. Now, how many of you are starting to get the idea? So we're making 2 videos with each demo. So if you're smart, what you'll do is you'll knock out, where'd it go? You're okay, you can come in. You'll knock out these videos right here. The beginning, the intro, the beginning, the intro, the beginning, the intro, the beginning, the intro. Connie just walked in right now. How easy was it to do? I'm kind of breaking down everything you did. So how easy was it to do the beginning and the intro? My camera's not on, by the way. Okay. It's just a screen.
That's now for me, it's pretty easy now. It's been the easiest part of it all at this point.
But was it easy at first?
Oh, heck no. No, I took like 10 takes the first time around, 5 takes the second time around until I got comfortable with it. If you guys see in this video, it's not like a 1 take thing. Right now it takes me like 2 takes or so. But at first it was like 10 takes, 5 takes. But the more I do it, the more comfortable I feel with it. So right now for me, the intro and like the last part is the easiest for me to do.
So shooting the beginning and the end, the beginning, 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 the end, right?
Yes.
So you just do all those at once. That takes like 20 minutes, right? Because these things are like, how long are these? They're not even that long.
Did you know that ChatGPT?
Folks, these are 45-second videos.
I'm literally doing that like in between clients. Where the ones you see me sitting in the car, I'm sitting there waiting for my kids to come out of school where all the parents are waiting. I probably look all crazy with everybody around, but like that's where I do I do it where I have like the time. You know, if I go to the grocery store and right before I get out of the car, I like sit down in the car and like do it. But a lot of those are me waiting for my kids or me in between clients. I try to do it as wherever I can.
Okay. How many of you are feeling super motivated right now? Okay. Now, to me, that's the most important part. To me, putting yourself on camera, doing the intro.
So here's how this works. If you were to act as the advertiser, right? Meaning you're ready to promote a brand or product. ChatGPT will find your target audience, develop the marketing message, select the media channels for your promotions, and share additional activities you need to do to reach your goal. You won't believe how powerful this tool is.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. All right. There's no professionals with ChatGPT. I don't care what anybody says. There isn't.
No.
There isn't. It's brand new. How could there be? Right. So you've learned enough to be dangerous.
Yes, because I took it upon myself actually to play with it a lot. Because I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I really found a lot of like help with it. So I played with it a lot on my own without anybody telling me that it was enough to interest me to keep going. And yeah, I learned to play with it and learned it.
Okay. So how many of you, and by the way, like you struggle with English words?
Yeah, I still do. With the videos, it doesn't seem like I do, but I really, really do. I actually have to go online on some of the words and see how it's pronounced before I say it on camera.
Right. So English is not her first language, folks. So I dare you this morning to give me some kind of excuse. Like seriously. She's doing this while she's picking up the kids. She's doing this at work.
A movie character. Do you want to speak to Alfred?
And this is a 30-second clip. A 30-second clip that literally you're seeing some of these videos that have millions of views right now because it's a hot topic.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty big right now.
A 30-second clip, folks, that when we put another 30-second demo with it, has the potential to get millions of views. Do you understand? And I'm not saying you got to go out there and do ChatGPT or AI or anything else, but I'm saying figure out what's hot in what it is you love to do and go out there and do it. Is it not worth it? Is it not worth it? So what we have figured out is a process. Shoot the beginning, shoot the end, and then she comes back at night. She sits down at the computer and she does all the prompts right here on the screen. And that's the part that you're seeing right here. Okay. And with Camtasia, we pulled this background in here and everything else. We made it like look a little bit different, right? So people recognize it. But this demo part, it's demo after demo after demo after demo after demo. And look, you're saying, yeah, she's a natural. How long did it take you to get that first demo right? This is all demo 1.
Oh my God.
This is all demo 1, folks. All of this, demo 1.
Yeah, it wasn't fun or like easy at all because that was my first time trying it, so I had a hard time with it. It comes very easy to Chad because this is what he does. And as much as he was telling me like, oh, you can do it. Yes, I know I can, but I can't get it on the first try. No way. There's not my first time. So it took a little while to get the first one going. But then when we did the other ones, it was way faster.
So the first one took like 2 hours. The next 2 took like 5 minutes.
Okay, you weren't supposed to tell him that.
But it's the truth.
Yeah, it took a long time.
It took like 2 hours, and then the next 2 took like 5 minutes. How many of you need to hear this right now? Some of you need to hear this. Some of you think that you're the only one that struggles, and you have no idea. You have no idea. The struggle is real. Okay, so she reads the scripts from the car, reads the scripts picking up the kids, in between clients, whatever else. It's a simple 45-second script that she can use over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Okay, comes back to the computer, boom. Lays this out, boom, does another one, 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 right? We save this as the I. This is the middle clip. We have a whole entire clip, which took 20 seconds here, 10 seconds here at the end. Okay, now we have a nice tutorial video. And what's happening is, how many of you would agree that she is building the most incredible product to have as a membership? Looking at your comments, it looked to me, surprisingly, like I was surprised you still got a lot more comments you have to respond to.
Oh, nice.
But reading your comments, y'all found a lot of value in what she was showing. So what happens now? Well, now she just goes and, is it this one? Let me see. Yeah. Now she just goes and she keeps updating this Google Doc. And the reason why is because when people are watching the TikToks, not only is she telling them, I want to point out something to you, not only is she telling them, go to my bio if you want more prompts and secrets at the end of every video, that's the call to action. Not only does she have marketinginsider.io, but on top of that, the name of her channel is marketinginsider.io. So obviously we know that marketinginsider.io is probably going to be a PopLinks page. But now what happens is it's going to take you to a lead step. How many of you are starting to understand this? So she's got the lead step coming from the TikTok. She's got the Google Doc taking you to a bridge video on every single one of these. Now, the other thing she can do is she can take these videos, and yes, she can load them up on YouTube. Yes, she can mail her list. Yes, she can put them on Medium. Yes, she can go out there and create a Substack account. She can do all of those things. And the only thing that's going to happen is the traffic's going to keep coming back to here. Who has questions on this? So now you have a machine. And so people come over here and they opt in. And when they do, they're sent over here to this page. And so what's going to happen is she'll go and she'll keep doing these prompts over and over and over and over and over and over and over because she's using them to build a huge audience. But then she'll start reviewing AI tools where she's going to be able to get commissions when people actually start using the products and services, and she'll get paid every single month. Make sense? Somebody's saying, how loyal are TikTok viewers? It's one thing to have millions of views, but they are all flies in the sky. Well, you could say that about anything. But what's it costing us? It's not costing us anything, right? We can go out there, we can post on LinkedIn. Think about that. We can post on YouTube Shorts, which we're going to do that today. We can post on Instagram. We're going to do that today. All of these things. And what happens is once we understand the process, and I understand it pretty well, then we'll go find somebody in the Philippines. We'll pay them $3 an hour. We'll give them a spreadsheet. We'll make them do this every single day. Now you got a machine where you're pumping out 5 or 10 of these videos. How many of you now have some great ideas? So what I'm teaching you to do is I'm teaching you to build an empire. I'm teaching you to build an empire. And you're seeing her do it. You're seeing her take care of traffic. You're seeing her take care of the list. You're seeing her take care of delivery. You're seeing her take care of her brand. It's a hot topic. All of those things. And what's going to happen is the video on this Google Doc, and she's got to shoot that today, is going to say, hey, welcome to my doc where I teach you the latest in prompts and secrets. Now, you're going to want to mark down this link right here, which is a pop link, so that you can get back into this doc, okay? But in the meantime, go ahead and scroll down below. You'll find the latest chat GPTs. Now, I'm going to put a new one on there once a week, or I'm going to put a new one on there twice a week, or I'm going to put a new one on there once a day. So what happens is people will keep coming back into the doc. And the more they watch her videos, the more they get to know her. So you may notice that we don't really care about the URL up here. We know people will go and they'll be all sneaky and they'll say, well, I wonder what one does. And they go, I got in there. But do we care? No, we don't care because we're not selling this right now. Does that make sense? So again, this was the #1 request that y'all had. How do you do short-term videos? And I really feel like we gave it to you on steroids. Gave you a very simple process, a very simple framework. It took a little while. It took a little while for me to create a template in here. It took a little while for me to find the right background. It took a little while for me to figure out her branding and all this other stuff. But I think it turned out pretty well, don't you? Now we're getting comments and everything else. Okay, so what I then did was inside of the community, and I know she's like totally overwhelmed with all this stuff. She's like, I can't believe how fast this happens. Inside the community, she hasn't forgot anything yet. She's just been super, super busy. I made this post and I said, if you want to watch what she's doing, if you want to be on the inside, then come over here to this post and go ahead and let her know that you're interested, and then she'll get you in there, okay? Because I'm not going to really heavily focus on this stuff too much because I got Perry on one side. He's heavily focused on it. And I have Connie over here. She's heavily focused on it. And I'm over here focused on development, right? So I thought that was really great for her to keep you all posted and give you the behind the scenes. And everybody says that they can relate to her better anyways. So I'll go ahead and put this in the chat. If you didn't comment on that post, please do, because she'll reach out to you. She'll get you hooked up and she'll get you in the group or the community or the list or whatever she's doing.
Yeah, so I'm still reaching out to everybody. So don't think I forgot about you guys.
Yeah, you got
in there.
You got some people are like, you forgot to give me the link, right? And notice we didn't post a link. If we had posted the link up here, you wouldn't think it was special anymore. You wouldn't think that you were getting something incredible, right? So there's 155 comments. Let's see did everybody comment here that wants to know about everything that we're doing. Now, I believe Thursday, we will be doing an official webinar on ChatGPT. And she's able to take that webinar and she's able to put that on the Google Doc. It's not even our webinar, folks. We're teaming up with people that are very, very good with ChatGPT. We're going to do it Thursday, I believe, at 10 a.m., but I'll check to make sure. And then what's going to happen is in the video, she'll have a video that says, hey, if you really want to go to the next level or whatever, then make sure you watch my webinar replay, right? So that webinar there, you're going to have to be like super involved with that.
Did you tell them I'm already getting views on my?
I showed him your TikTok.
You see how many people saved already? 13 people saved.
Let me see. I don't know all that much about TikTok, but let me see if I get in there. So this one here, which one?
Yeah, that one.
This one?
ChatGPT will write stories.
So I can't see what you're seeing from here, right? Like
Oh, yeah,
3,
show.
20. But what were you telling me?
People are putting it on their favorites, so they're actually saving that video.
Mm-hmm.
Several people are.
Yep. So this stuff's easier than you thought, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's it. Remember what I said? Something to sell, somebody to sell to. The hardest part is somebody to sell to.
It's a hot topic, so I guess it makes it easier.
So I told them you're going to put these videos on YouTube, on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. You can put the tutorial video on YouTube, and then you can also do it on LinkedIn. LinkedIn will go really well for you. Do you have a LinkedIn account?
No, I don't know anything about LinkedIn, honestly. I've never even logged in.
Did you guys hear that? Mm-hmm. She doesn't even have a LinkedIn account.
Is it like a business place, right? Like for business people?
It's a social media platform for business people. It started out being a place where you would like post your resumes and stuff, right? It was for people to be able to find jobs and stuff, but she doesn't even have a LinkedIn account. So if you had an excuse, I don't know what it would be anymore. Right? It's not necessarily fun to do this stuff, right?
Well, no, I mean, it's not like I'm having a hard time with it. I enjoy making the videos. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I'm not having the time of my life, but I'm not having fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. It's easier the more you do it. It's easier the more you go. It's not as hard as it was in the very beginning when you like we were doing all that. Remember the first few projects being in front of camera? The ad, that one was hard. Sorry.
Right.
But now it's easier, especially with the prompt that I get to read off of. That's like 1,000% easier for me.
Yeah, and AI is writing those scripts for you pretty much now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's what's amazing, folks. Everybody's out there talking about how AI will write a book, whatever. Like everybody's just talking. Do you understand? Like she could have just talked and said, AI will act as a movie character. And I was on a computer the other day and it was so cool, but she took one step further and actually did a demo and showed it. She mentioned the other day that you can tell ChatGPT what's in your refrigerator and it'll create recipes for you, right?
Yeah, you can actually give ChatGPT the ingredients that you currently have right now in your fridge or in your pantry and ask it to make a recipe off of those ingredients and it'll give you a full-on recipe.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff that she can be doing to go viral, right? And it doesn't just, like I said, it doesn't have to be on ChatGPT. I teach people to build software. It can be affiliate marketing. It could be anything, really. The key is, though, you have to be consistent with it. You have to be consistent. It's like we talked about a long time ago. The more bait you have in the water, the more bites you're going to get. So she's got to get those videos on YouTube. Which means you got to go create a YouTube channel now, right? You got to go create a new Instagram, right?
Yeah, I have to create all that new.
Yeah, and all that stuff's work. But the hardest part, folks, I would say that we have spent the most time setting up the Google Doc, setting up the template for the video, setting up the process, setting up the framework, setting up the accounts. That's been the hardest part. But now that you're set up, do you see how you just have a machine that will just run?
Right. Yes, I do. I mean, I worked all day yesterday, and that's part of the reason why I couldn't get back to everybody in the post. I worked all day yesterday, but in the middle of it, I was also posting the videos to TikTok. I had made the account the day prior, but I didn't post anything. And yesterday, in between just working all day, I posted the videos and did some editing and whatnot. But so I try to jump in there when I get a chance. It's not like all the time, but I do try to do as much as I possibly can, the little time that I do have extra.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, now you know the updates and everything else. And to be honest with you, I need to take the week off. I told Perry the same thing. I'm just kind of burnt out. And I want to get back now that I've kind of taken back what was mine and don't have a lot of people involved trying to take PopLinks the direction they want to go. I really want to get back into driving the traffic, bringing people in, putting them in the funnel, and making the accelerator call what it was intended to do. Okay. So, but I wanted to show up. I wanted to provide value. I wanted to, make sure everybody was happy and let you know that, we're still going. We will get it. It's just a rough patch for me. So, anything you want to leave them with?
Just do it. Just start and just keep going. Even if you get mad, upset, pissed off, you doubt yourself, you don't like your voice. I hate my voice. I was telling Chad, oh my God, I hate the way I sound on camera. He's like, get over it. I'm like, okay. So even though you run into all those like self-doubts or those thoughts in your head, just do it. Who cares? YOLO.
Yeah, it's going to get harder, folks, because everybody, I was telling Perry the other day, the scary thing is the playing field is level now. You don't have to be a copywriter anymore. You don't have to. It's crazy. Like AI has leveled the playing field for everybody. So it's going to require discipline from you. It's going to require discipline to really put yourself out there, right? So be looking for that webinar notice. We'll keep everybody posted. That'll take place next week. And be looking for the updates, and we'll keep you all posted. And like I said, thank you so much for hopping on the call. Keep us posted with your results, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.